In today's video, we need to dive into the tactics that Liam Rosenior needs to do this weekend over Everton to get all 3 points. Now, obviously, we have quite a few injuries, Reece James being one of them, which will be a massive blow to us, even Trevor Chalobah. So our back line most likely will struggle in this match, but I do believe we have the right players to have a solid back line, a great goalkeeper with Robert Sanchez to get all 3 points. Now, before we get too far in this video, we have to give credit to Everton and what David Moyes has been able to achieve with this club currently, because I would argue that he could right now be in the running for manager of the season. Granted, he most likely won't win it, but he has turned Everton around to be a very good team this season. But that all being said, let's dive into the tactics. Like I said, we do want to look at the starting back line. I do think Cucurella starts on the left side, makes the most sense. I do believe, though, Hato should start this game because if we're thinking about some of the players we've been watching play, yes, we have Badiashile, yes, we have Tosin. Those guys have struggled so much this entire season. I do believe Hato, this is his time to step up and play very, very well for us. You can definitely see the passion with this player. And again, he has so much tenacity, so much determination to play well for Chelsea. I do think he'll be a very good pairing with Fofana. And then obviously Malo goes still out on the right side due to the injury to Reece James. Now this back line, like I said, will be interesting because yes, they could have some flaws, they could have some injuries, they could have just plenty of different miscommunication in this match, but I do think overall it makes sense because what we do see in the midfield. Now, clearly, the midfield I do believe will be stacked with Caicedo kind of holding that CDM position, but then Enzo Fernandez and Santos out on the right side. Now, I like this because what we can utilize here is Enzo Fernandez pushing up into that left side. Neto can kind of push into that center position or overlap and put João Pedro there. We can start versifying this side of the pitch if we really need to. Cucurella obviously can push up. We've seen him do this plenty of times. Overlapping, go into the attack. And yes, Hato, because of what he can do, can actually play as that left back because we've seen him do it. So like I said, if we're able to do this, we can almost drop into a formation. We're seeing something similar to this, not exactly ideal at some points, but because of this, we will be able to overload certain positions of the ball itself. And like I said, because of this, this will make it very hard for Everton to actually defend against us. Now, that all being said, one of the big talking points, though, is Cole Palmer and what we need to do with this player. Cole Palmer needs to play in the center of the pitch here. We cannot play him on the wing anymore, and there's a big reason for this because when you're thinking about Cole Palmer and what he can do and how good he is with the ball, you need to have him in the middle of the pitch because when he's in the middle, he has plenty of different options to play the ball. He can play the ball on diagonals for overlapping runs with Cucurella, even out to Neto. If he's out on the wing, say like this, he can only play the ball forward and sideways in one angle here. Those three options typically get stopped. And yes, he can drive the ball into the middle of the pitch and then play the ball. But if he's ready in the middle of the pitch, he doesn't need to drive the ball. And because, like I said, if he's sitting in the middle of the field, he now can dictate where he wants to play these balls. He can actually do some 1-2s with João Pedro. And like I said, if he's able to do that, he can break plenty of lines with his dribbling, with his passing when he's in the middle of the field, Liam Rosenior. So this is what we need to see from Cole Palmer. That all being said, though, I do believe, again, João Pedro makes total sense up front. I do think, again, the player that he has been absolutely phenomenal for Chelsea. He's been scoring goals for us, playing very well. This is another match that he can step up. And I do think, again, we have to stick with him for a full 90. I don't think we bring Liam Delap into this match. I think we believe we have to trust in João Pedro for a full 90. And now we have the FA Cup and obviously the league, and that's it. We got knocked out of the Champions League, so we do not have to rotate as much. A top 5 finish has to be a must for this season for Liam Rosenior to keep his job because currently the way things have been going, we have definitely derailed this entire season when you're thinking about it because pretty much this season, like I said, has been all over the place. We had Enzo Maresca, we lost Enzo Maresca, we've had these key players, they've been out injured. The fact that we've had so many issues this season is just comical when you think about it as a Chelsea fan because like I said, we've had the key players we needed. Yes, we've had some injuries. Obviously, Colwell being out this entire season made a massive massive difference for us, but we still have players that are good enough for us to finish in the top 5, if not the top 4. And top 5 right now is up for grabs for everyone. You're thinking about Liverpool, you're thinking obviously about Chelsea, Aston Villa, I would throw Brentford in there, and even Manchester United, who most likely will finish in the top 3. But all those teams can still get top 5, which will be Champions League. We cannot settle for Conference League or Europa, because what will happen next season then, playing those games on Thursday makes it so much more difficult to then turn back around and play those matches in the league itself. Yes, we've done it before, and yes, we did get Champions League after being in the Conference League, but it was a massive, massive battle to do that. If we have to do it again with all the different things that have been going on at Chelsea, it could be very detriment to our season next season. And yes, I hope we do get some type of European competition, but it needs to be Champions League. The quality players we have at this squad, and if we want to keep players like Enzo Fernandez, we need Champions League football. And I do believe the players that we currently have deserve to have it and need to step up and start playing really well. Not to say some of these players aren't, but there's been some players that have been lacking. So I do want to know what you guys think about the tactics that we're looking at this weekend against Everton. Do you think is what Liam Rosenior should do, or what do you believe he should do for his tactics? Comment down below. I will get to those comments, and I will see you in the next video.